Welcome to the Vet S.O.S. Veteran Entrepreneur Spotlight. Remember, don't drown the sea of transition. Grab the Vet S.O.S. Lifeline. The Veteran Entrepreneur Spotlight is sponsored by SpearPoint Solutions. SpearPoint Solutions is a one-stop shop for leading-edge products, services, and training from multiple vendors. From AI training to corporate gifts and much more, they have everything you need to help your organization thrive in the modern economy. You can check out all the valuable offerings at spearpointonline.com. And remember to use the code VETSOS on anything you purchase there. That'll help us continue our mission in improving the lives of those who have served. Today, we sit down with Kala Rachal, founder of Aura Wellness Studio. Kala is former U.S. Army combat veteran, global citizen, and public health practitioner who answered the call to serve her community and country. For over 15 years, Kala has been servicing her community with preventive health and wellness approaches. She has adopted the saying, think globally, act locally. I love that. And used it to be an active agent of change and a healer. Kala is committed to helping individuals restore and find their light along their healing journey. That is fantastic. How are you doing today, Kala?
I am well. I am well. Thank you. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. The sun is shining. Get to talk to a bunch of great people today. So can't complain.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So let's start with your transition out of the military. How did that go?
Yeah, I transitioned in 2013 right out of a deployment from Afghanistan. So I started really early. I kind of knew my path that I wanted to go in public health and like literally be a lifesaver in the sense of deploying again in my studies. So I had a really great experience because I went straight into school. I came off of that deployment with a lot of skills, a lot of insights, and just really eager to get back into service my community back home in Louisiana.
That is fantastic. Fantastic. And I'm seeing that more and more as we talk to people who transition. A lot of people go back home, go to where they were born and raised, and that's just fantastic. Continue to give back.
Yeah.
So along this whole journey, from military and transitioning, what led you to want to be an entrepreneur?
So I always envisioned having my own business. At first, it was a group home because I saw the disparities in rural communities in Southeast Louisiana, and I also consider the fact that like we're in Cancer Alley where I'm from, and like hurricanes tend to just love to come to Louisiana. So I just kind of considered how could I service the people on a broader scale beyond just disaster management, and this holistic wellness approach was a journey that I was on myself, just not only engaging and utilizing healing modalities, but learning those modalities to be able to utilize my services in communities that didn't have access. And I think that's kind of really where it started. It started from this idea that I was going to go to school to be a nurse for treatment, and the transition that, no, I want to prevent them from going to the nurse. So what can I do?
That's fantastic. I absolutely love that. And, yeah, I'm here in Florida. We're no strangers to the hurricanes, so it's I definitely appreciate the fact that you want to be able to give back and jump back into your community, and the approach you take. And sounds absolutely amazing. I can't wait as we continue to develop this conversation.
Thank you. Appreciate
So
it.
so let's talk about this journey. Okay, so what has been the best part and what has been the worst part of being an entrepreneur?
The best part has been that I'm my own boss. The worst part is that I am my own boss in the sense that everything tends to come from my pockets, or if I don't do it, it doesn't happen in a sense. Another great part is the fact that I've had so much support from my peers, military peers, as well as back in my community. They've been eager to know what's coming, what I have in store, as well as just keeping abreast to the things of like that I present, whether it's like a yoga concept or whether it's coaching. If they're not familiar with it, they've been intrigued enough to explore it. And that to me, like really gets my heart fluttering because it's knowing that my impact is much greater than what I'm providing, but it's an awakening of the people to learn more and actually to see that, veterans ourselves, after we go through all that we go through, we still come back home or we come back into various communities and we still give, and we have a heart to just go beyond the surface level of what's happening.
I don't live in Louisiana, but like your passion is just coming out when you talk. Like I want to go to Louisiana just so I can experience what you're doing. I mean, this is amazing, and some people have that ability, but man, the passion is just coming out as you're talking about this. This is
I
fantastic.
appreciate you seeing that.
No doubt everybody's going to see it. It's just there. All right. So, what kind of programs or continuing education type things have you done as you stood up your business? What kinds of things did you do to help you get there?
So I started tapping in. So, along my journey and with schooling, there was a bit of a disconnect from my community. Like I had my vets that I was close to, my peers, my friends, and I started actually connecting with Vietnam vets. And they
Okay.
started putting me on a lot of information. I was just like, the fact that you're so abreast. And I learned about programs and the utilization of my own like resources post-military. So I tapped into the Rosie's Network, which was basically a program for a lot of women vets.
Mhm.
I did a IVMF, which is I went to Syracuse for their EBV program, which was awesome. They helped a lot. It was a lot of great foundational information. I did a program in Chicago with Dog Tag, where
Okay.
I was able to get some business acumen skills from Loyola University, which, on the paper side, it's beautiful because you have that as a resume builder. But at the same time, as an entrepreneur, those skills were valuable to kind of help further me along within my own personal business. And aside from that, just a lot of research, a lot of talking to vet entrepreneurs and connecting with those, with the global network of other entrepreneurs like myself.
That man, you rattled off some great programs. I am familiar with IVMF. I've actually participating in one of their programs right now, and I've done other programs through them. We just actually talked to Loyola in Chicago about their veteran program and what they're doing to help veteran students there. So that's an amazing
Also,
resource right there. And of course, the Rosie Network, man, they're doing amazing things for our community. So just an absolute great list of organizations. That's fantastic. All right, so let's jump into Aura Wellness Studio. Tell me
yeah.
about this. What is this?
So, Aura Wellness Studio at the moment is a virtual holistic wellness center. We utilize a three-tiered approach of engagement for our clients, our family, which is mind, body, and soul. In the mind sphere, we focus on mindfulness, meditation, and health education. In the body sphere, it's Pilates and yoga. And then in the soul sphere, we focus on health coaching. And that three-tiered approach is to be able to support individuals where they are. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know. Other times you want to experience something, but you may not always have the access to utilize all those services at once. So we want to be that one-stop shop. And coming soon, we will be adding in doula services so that we can support parents that need that additional support or advocate as they're on that journey of, welcoming in a new life, whether that's a veteran whose partner is deployed or not necessarily CONUS, and they need that supportive person to be with them. We want to be that. We want to grab the hand of that person and not push them, but walk with them. In addition to that, we do pop-ups throughout various cities. I'm
Okay.
practicing virtually now simply because I don't necessarily feel that I'm supposed to be in one place because the people are all over. And where there's a need, I would like to be there to support as I can in relation to the work that's available there.
Okay, so you home base then is Louisiana.
Yes, my home base is Louisiana, where my family is and where the sun keeps shining because Chicago is very cold where I just transitioned from. But Aura Wellness has popped up in various cities. I'm not limited just to New Orleans. We don't have a storefront at this particular moment. And I have clients that I work with virtually, as well as that I coach virtually, and they live all over.
So I'm going to take a hard right for a moment, and because first of all, I love New Orleans. I love the food in New Orleans. And after this is done, is there any way you can shoot me some private recipes? Like jambalaya, gumbo.
There's a crawfish rice that you can transition and put
Okay.
shrimp, and I can share that with you.
Oh
That's
yeah.
really good, especially for Thanksgiving preparation for that.
Okay. Yeah. My wife is Filipino, and man, anything we can incorporate rice into, she's all about. Um,
Yes.
that'd be awesome. Oh man, now I'm hungry.
And that's
Whew.
another beautiful thing about being in New Orleans. It's such a diverse melting pot, and there's so many different identities. Like I went to an Asian market last night, just a regular festival that popped up. There's so many pop-ups that happen where the people, they want to be outside, they want to be engaged, they want to learn more about various businesses. So coming home was kind of like to support that evolutionary period that, we're still rebuilding from Katrina. And I know that was almost 20 years ago, but it shifted a lot. And the people that were healing still from that, a lot of those kids now are adults. So your whole life has been kind of like that intermix, and then you stay home and there's a lot of pain here, but there's also a lot of comfort and growth. So yeah, there's purpose in the strides of where oral wellness is planting seeds at.
That's awesome. And yeah, it's most people know Bourbon Street, Mardi Gras, Bourbon Street. That's all they know. There's so much more
Oh my
to
goodness.
New Orleans, and oh man, just fantastic city.
Yes.
Okay, so we're getting close to the end. These things go pretty quick, but if you could give one piece of advice to a future entrepreneur, what would it be?
To keep going. That road sometimes is rocky. Sometimes you don't even have the support of your own family because they want you to travel on that beaten road that's always kind of like been the same, and there's not been much change. But follow your gut and keep going. And know that you have a network of people just like you. And if you don't have them around you, they're there. Reach out, seek those people. Because when you find that tribe, that's when things really start to happen for you, because it's like a connected puzzle.
That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful, and absolutely right. It's not every road is easy. So we're hearing that a lot from our entrepreneurs. So, what's the best place that the audience can connect with you, and the best place for them to check out your business?
Well, one, visiting our website, Aura Wellness Studio, and Aura is spelled ORERA, and then wellnessstudio.com. Follow us on Instagram at Aura Wellness. All these links are on the website. So if you want to connect with me because you have more questions, I'm readily available as well. I like that connectivity of people direct to service. So feel free to shoot me an email. Feel free to message me on Instagram, or simply just promote and share out for individuals that are curious about holistic healing services available.
Outstanding. And real quick, what's the background behind the name?
So Aura is my middle name, Orita. There's a lot of famous people named Orita, but my whole name and being is integrated within my business. So it's a play on my middle name, which is kind of like a play on the term aura, which is basically that subtle body energetic flow around you. So I wanted to kind of be different and really have it centered on my upbringing, my roots.
That's awesome. Man, I love that story. That's fantastic. All right, well, Kayla, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for sharing your story.
Absolutely.
And on behalf of the entire Vet S.O.S family, we'd like to thank everyone who tuned in today to watch this. You can find the Vet S.O.S podcast on all your favorite podcast platforms, YouTube, social media channels. Make sure you subscribe and follow so you don't miss anything that we're putting out. And remember, don't drown in the sea of transition. Grab the Vet S.O.S Lifeline.